But
Okay.
it's this game we talked about it before on a previous episode, how long it's just been cooking. I mean, it's been cooking for a few years that we've known about it. And
Yeah, when was the last beta? Like 2020? 2020, right?
2020, yeah. It was probably, was it before pandemic or like right in the middle or something?
In the middle of the pandemic, I believe.
Yeah. And then honestly, it wouldn't be so bad if they wouldn't have just gone silent. They went
Yeah, they went
radio silent on
for
Twitter,
like a while,
anything
yeah.
for, yeah, it felt like a year. They put out the opening theme song for the thing, and then that was,
Yeah, who did it? Oh, who's the opening theme? It's like
was it
some big band,
it
right? Lock
wasn't
and
Gag
Seal?
too? Yeah, Larkin CL, yes.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
Lock
for
and Seal,
Larkin
yeah.
CL's like 25th anniversary or whatever. Like they made the song and it's like, oh, this is our 25th, let's promote it. And then that was it. Went dark.
Yeah, so when they announced the theme song by Lark and Seal, I was like, whoa, this is it. Like we're gonna get
Yeah.
like the game, because it was the beta that we were in, and then the theme song reveal, and I'm like, surely this is leading up to a full release, and then they were
Mhm.
silent for like a year, and I'm like, is the game alive? Like what happened to it?
Yeah. And of course the I don't know how much of the soundtrack Hiroyuki Sawano is actually doing. I know he does the opening, like the title song, but that's the guy who does the music for like Shingeki and a couple other like
Attack on Titan for
yeah, Attack on
you,
Titan.
yeah.
I don't know why it's
For,
called Attack on Titan.
for you dubbers, yeah.
For you uncultured dubs.
Oh no.
Oh gosh, that's an episode title. You uncultured dubs.
That's a hot take, yeah.
But I mean, like honestly, because we're just kind of jumping into it. This game, when we played it, it was kind of like, this is Bandai Namco's first MMORPG, if I'm correct. I don't think they have one.
There's actually no, that's Capcom. Sorry, I'm thinking of Dragon's Dogma. That's Capcom, but yeah.
Yeah.
It might be their first MMO. Yeah, I remember hearing about this originally and then seeing that it was a Bandai Namco game, and I'm like, well, that's weird. Do they have a MMO studio? And I guess
they have like
they made one.
And I guess it was part of the online initiative, and we've talked about this late last year when they kind of had an investors call about Gundam Evolution is part of this, and of course this game.
Oh my god, I forgot about that game. Holy shit!
I don't know if the Dragon Ball, what is that?
The Breakers.
The Breakers, if that was a part of it, but it's technically a live service game too. You know what I mean?
I hope not. That game is not doing very well. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Dragon Ball, like later on, we do have the trailer. We're gonna take a look at the Dragon Ball.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Was it Tenkaichi 4? It came out of nowhere, bro. But
yeah. I thought it was a fake trailer, but we'll talk about it later. Yeah.
But what we're looking at now on screen, at least if you're here, is the actual, like, this is actually like 4K or high def. This is actually what it looks like.
Well, we're not streaming in 4K, to be clear, so
we're not.
It's 4K to Adrian, but it's not 4K to you. Yeah.
For everyone else, you're just looking at what was.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the game, like I said, it is one of those action RPGs, and that's what drew me to it. Honestly,
Yeah.
The fact that it was an action RPG, they had all the classes. They actually have, compared to 14 or anything, I think we were missing a class, right? There was no healer. There's no dedicated healer class.
There's no dedicated healer, correct? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the healer was just like the ranged mage.
Yeah, so I was playing as like an archer basically, and that was, I guess, the healing class, because the abilities that the archer had was AoE healing, and that was the only way to get party healing essentially. So there's no dedicated like healer. So far, I think obviously the game is not even out yet, so when it does come out, we'll have like 3-4 classes at launch, and then as the game hopefully does well and we get some updates in the upcoming years, we'll maybe see an upcoming healer. But so far, correct, there's no dedicated healer, and it's probably by design. I think they want the game to be more action-y. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It feels like you can solo the game. You know what I mean?
It does feel like it lends itself to being because there's a single player single player story.
Well, the story is single
scenes.
player. Yeah, the story is single.
So,
it's a lot like 14. If you play that, you can do the whole thing without talking to people if you really wanted to. You have to play with some people at times, but other than that, like, you don't need to make friends with anyone. So
yeah. So
can you in the beta you could solo the dungeons, correct?
You could, yeah, because I didn't have. I think we both soloed it first, and then we like teamed up.
We did like a dungeon later together, yeah. So you can solo. I mean, at least in the beta. Obviously, the game's not out yet, but yeah, you could solo the dungeons if you wanted to.
Yeah. I guess for like skip for the classes, we got there's like the fighter. What is this? Fighter, twin striker, blast archer, spellcaster, and heavy smasher. And you can customize, like you said, uh, all the designs for your characters um, to make them look, for the most part, like your own little anime person
Yeah.
with their character creator, which is something that they've tried to put a lot of effort into it, and we'll try to do a little bit later. But yeah, I mean, that is essentially like an overall like a rundown quickly of Blue Protocol. I think it's supposed to be coming out next year.
No, it's this year. I'm pretty sure.
Is it really going to be
Well,
this
actually,
year?
that's good. No, did they? They said no. They said this year. They said this year.
When they do this year?
They said spring. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they said spring of this year.
It's spring, bro. It's about to be spring.
Well, I mean, technically.
I mean, not
yeah.
the quarter.
I mean, you're on the
but
website. You're on the website. Check the news or whatever. Maybe it's on this last trailer. Maybe it was in the Game Awards trailer, but I'm pretty sure they said this year.
Because this is all. Hold up. Let me check the Game Award trailer really quickly.
It'd be like at the very end of it or something like that. Yeah.
It's releasing globally next year so it's sometime in 2023. And
for what is it is 2023 this year.
Yeah. It says globally 2023, but in the trailer it just says coming. Yeah, coming in. Just coming 2023, at least for the trailer.
So sometime this year then, yeah. Basically.
Sometime this year, yeah.
That's
for all systems too.
To be fair though, this is the Game Awards trailer, which was targeted towards the North American market.
Yes, it was.
Which is published by Amazon Games.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, possibly the Japanese release would be. It's probably going to be the same date, but the Japanese release is going to be, I believe, self-published by Bandai Namco, correct?
I believe yes, that is correct. It's going to be Japan. I think that's the same way they did Lost Ark as well. So Lost Ark is published by Amazon abroad in terms of like it's using their servers and everything, and then in Japan or Korea, sorry,
Korea for Lost Ark, right?
Korea. It's just their own deal, their own thing. So I think that's honestly Amazon might have found a good niche doing this by just being they have great servers, they support a lot of games through that, being just a way for games abroad to bring their MMOs over here or worldwide, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes with the North American release. I don't know, the service will be different, I presume. Yeah, so Amazon. So the English version will be on Amazon servers, and I think Japan will have Japan servers.
Right. At least for Lost Ark, that's how it was.
Yeah, I'm curious about how the update schedule will work. I'm not too familiar because I'm familiar with 14, where
14 seems like it's fairly regular, and they have like really good communication.
Well, I mean, like all the content comes out at the exact same time for all the servers. Period. Doesn't matter what language you play it in.
Okay.
But I don't know what this entails for Blue Protocol. Like, I don't know if Lost Ark has a staggered release where like Korea gets it first and then English gets it later, like slightly later, or is it day and date? I don't know.
Well, for Lost Ark, the whole deal was that game was already out in Korea. Like it'd been out for, I guess, like a year or two. It's been out, so like they were trying to catch up with content, and I don't know if they ever like got caught up
officially. Caught up.
If they ever officially caught up. This one is simultaneous, so unless we do find out that the Japan release will be X amount of months ahead or a year. In this case, it would have to be like a year or something. But
yeah. Well, I mean, like even if they released day and date like all around the world, I mean, like is it gonna stay that way? Like, will Japan get a patch first and then it makes its way over to the English servers, or are they gonna do everything all at once?
Yeah, that's a good question, and I think it just really calls into concern. I mean, I guess it's a little bit of concern, just because this team hasn't really done it, and maybe they do have some MMO people on there. I don't know. Maybe they got people.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, even from the beta though, the whole thing with the mounts caught me off guard. Like,
they fixed that. Thank God they fixed that. Yeah,
but the fact that it was the fact that it was there, that you could hop on a mount, but it would only last for, was it like a minute?
I think it was like less. I swear to God, it was like less than a minute. It was so useless. It was so useless.
Freaking useless, bro.
For anyone who doesn't know, basically in the beta, when you unlock the ability to ride a mount, there was a thing called mount energy. So as you were using your mount, you would lose mount energy, and once you ran out of energy, you couldn't ride your mount anymore, which is kind of okay, whatever. The problem that I had was that even if you weren't moving, you were just on your mount but not
You're
moving,
using
you
it.
would still
You're
you would
using
still
it.
lose energy. Like, how is that fair?
And there
That
was
doesn't
no
make
way
sense.
there was no way to really like get it back. That was
No, you have to like go back to town
the
to get
worst
it back.
part. Yeah, yeah. It was
Yeah,
just
I'm
like
like, well, I'm gonna hoof it. I'm just gonna hoof it now. So, it's so
it's
dumb.
just
Anyways, they
like
fixed it. They
it's
fixed
fixed.
that. So, yeah,
That's the good thing. That is
yeah.
fixed. Um,
But yeah, so I was gonna say, like, I'm really used to mobile games. So like, for
mm,
example, like Bang Dream, I guess, or like what is it? Project
D4DJ
Sekai.
or
Yeah,
or
D4DJ,
Project
whatever.
just yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm probably these all music games, but I'm really familiar with the Japanese versions of those games having like a slightly different content release schedule. Then it eventually makes its way to the English versions, if at all, actually. So,
Even Near was like that.
oh,
The uh
Reincarnation. Yeah,
Reincarnation, yes. Even that
yeah.
was like, there were collaborations that would come, but it's like a whole half a year later or something like that. Arc
Yeah,
Knights is the
yeah,
same.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just used to that kind of thing with the mobile games, and like I know Blue Protocol is obviously not a mobile game, but like is it going to be the same? Is it going to happen? Like,
I think it'll be interesting to see if they do play it up in terms of like collaborations or like that, but
oh
actually
yeah,
full patches, like full on.
sure.
I want to say that those would be like on par with each other. Like we'll get
I
them the
think a
same time,
good
they'll get them.
I think a good benchmark maybe would be Fantasy Star Online 2, because that has a
That's
buttload of collaborations.
that's
And
true.
I'm not sure if all those collabs make it over to the English servers.
Honestly, that's the best compare. That's probably that's the best comparison because I don't. Yeah, Fantasy Star Online too. Yeah, and it does
Yeah,
have a console release too, and it's
it's a free to play MMO, and
hmm
I think they're not exactly, obviously they're not the same game, but I think they fill a similar niche, I believe, right?
yeah.
It's like an anime action MMO, right?
Yeah, anime, action, character creator, MMO. I mean, essentially.
Yeah, so I think if we look at it PSO2 and like what they're doing and how they handle their content release, and like maybe we can kind of guess at like what might happen with Blue Protocol when it comes out in English. So I think they do get
Yep.
several of the collabs, but not all of the. I mean, I don't play PSO2. I could be wrong.
I mean,
but
me
like,
neither. I
yeah.
don't know. Some of them don't make sense. Some of them are very local, like very Japan, like an energy drink or something. You know what I mean? Like it's just stuff.
Well,
you
was there like a
wouldn't-
Zone collab?
there
Or
probably was a Zone collab.
I'm gonna look it up.
If Zone
I'm gonna
hasn't
look up.
collabed with an MMO yet, and for everyone listening, like Zone is a energy drink here in Japan, and I don't know if is it available around the world. Is Zone?
No, I think it's Japan only. I think
a
it's
Japan only
Kirin Asahi. It's a
Oh, really?
Japanese like.
Oh.
Well, yeah, Zone is not owned, but
bottled.
Fuck.
Is this
well, it's a brand of
a brand of? Yeah.
something. I'm now looking this up for some dumb reason. I don't really know why I'm doing this.
I mean, they come out with flavors. So the whole thing with Zone is that they are a
Oh,
energy
they have so many
drink.
collabs. Yeah. Did you drink the Chainsaw Man one?
There's a Chainsaw Man one.
Well, there
Bro,
was. Yeah.
No, my convenience store stopped carrying Zone. Like they only carry the base Zone now, and then and so for I would say months, I have not seen a new flavor until I went to like a Lawson's or Family Mart
Did you try
yesterday,
the tea?
and I saw the tea one. I'm afraid to,
Yeah.
so I'm still with the teeth. I'm just drinking water.
We're so distracted, and we're just so good at fucking not even talking about the game anymore. There was a Chainsaw collab, and what else was there? It was a recent one too. I'm on the website, and they're not gonna show it, but anyways, it doesn't matter. So Zone is like Asahi or whatever, which is basically a Japanese big ass company that makes food and drink and stuff. But anyways, sorry, PSO2, yeah. So they do a bunch of collabs, and I don't know if we're gonna get like if Blue Protocol follows the same kind of footsteps, where like if it's a free to play MMO, and like how do they generate money? Basically, they got to make money somehow, right?
Well,
You got to keep.
They had a battle pass ish like thing in the beta, or they were selling.
It was like
skins.
turned off, but like you could
Yeah.
kind of see that they were trying to implement something. And my guess was that it's for cosmetics. Like there was a special shop in the beta. I know you don't have footage of this, but you have to like imagine, like for if you're watching or listening. But there was like a certain counter that you could go to in the beta, and they're like, "Hey, look at these cool costumes, not costumes, but like look at these clothings your character can wear, but like you need you could only purchase them with a special currency that like I didn't like no one really had
No
in the
one had
beta.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, I'm guessing that special currency is probably going to be a paid currency, and then that's how they'll monetize the game. You know, by having really cool outfits to wear, you have to pay for them. But I don't think cosmetics, personally, I don't think cosmetics can shoulder the burden of server costs itself, plus make a profit.
No.
So I don't know like how they're gonna make money, and if collabs up the wazoo is gonna like help pay the bills, then like
Collapse.
we can accept. Like I can expect that. So hey, PSO2, I'm just looking by the way. So in 2020 they had a
Mhm.
sort of online collab. Looks like in 2019 they had something with I don't know what that is actually, but 2018 it was Monster Hunter Frontier Z, which is a free to play
Oh,
Monster
really?
Hunter game.
Huh.
Yeah, pretty weird. I know there's like a Hatsune Miku thing because it's Sega and
It's
Sega
Sega.
does the Hatsune Miku games, yeah, but that kind of thing. So,
Yeah, it looks like they have
um,
a what is this? Hold on, I'm putting my birthday in, but they got a Hollow Live one as well. I don't know if that's
oh,
going on
they did have
now
correct. They did
or
have live one. Looks like there was a Melty Blood collab, the fighting game. Yeah,
dude, I mean that's really cool that they have
Overlord.
obviously
Yeah, yeah.
embraced the
Sorry.
digital revolution.
Yeah, so and the thing is, oh, holy shit! And I'm getting just I typed in like PSO2 collab, and there was apparently like a Gravity Rush collab at one point as
Wait,
well.
really? What?
Yeah,
That's actually pretty cool.
yeah.
How so is grab so sorry is
Oh, it's
is
Gravity Days, Gravity Rush. Yeah, it's a Gravity Rush. Yeah, it's called Gravity Rush in English. Yeah.
is this PSO? Is this actually the metaverse for Sega? Were they sitting on the metaverse?
Oh,
Their
with all the
version of the
collab.
metaverse?
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know
Are
if
they?
it's like
It's
it is
crazy.
kind of like Fortnite level in terms of just
Yeah,
stupid collabs.
because
Yeah,
like
it's
the
true.
characters themselves are actually in like I'm looking at this Hollow Live one, and there's like they're in the like I guess you get the assets and you can just like straight up make they look
Yeah, you can
strange
like
to me. They
make your
always look
character.
strange to me,
Yeah,
and
I know, yeah.
their character creators funky looking, but hey, everyone's got a thing.
It does look terrible. Oh, like Ina looks like a doll. It's terrifying. It
They
looks so
always they
bad.
look
Yeah.
like dolls. They look the Dolphy dolls or whatever.
I don't think those things are so spooky, dude. Have you seen them in real life?
I went to the shop. Oh man, I wish I could pull up a picture
Yeah,
of it.
I
I
went
went to
to
the
I think
full
it was in
one.
Yokohama maybe where I went to one of the Dolphy stores.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone know what we're talking about? No. There's like a
Does
how do you
anyone know what we're
explain
talking about? No.
how would you explain Dolphy to like a
I'm gonna look at up a picture really quick because I went to one last like the store in Akihabara last
uh-huh.
year, and it was my first time actually seeing one
Like in person?
in person. Yeah, I usually didn't. I've never seen them in person,
So
and it
they're
was an
like
experience.
really big, expensive dolls, I guess. I don't know if that's doing it justice, but
No, that's
they're like
doing it.
expensive and they're pretty big and they're usually like licensed. So it's like a Hatsune Miku Dolphy or like there was a Yoshitola from FF14 Dolphy like 2 years ago or something like that.
Here we
And
go. These are
yeah,
I think these are just like the fate characters,
oh yeah,
Saber
yeah.
and stuff. But these
Yeah,
things
there you
are
go. There
as
you go.
tall
Yeah.
as a small child,
They're
if
really
not taller.
big.
Some of them, yeah, and they cost was it like $1,700
So much
ish,
money.
like
So much money. Yeah.
each, and it's just like I can't invest in this.
I
But
don't know who
if you have the, it comes with the freaking cape like that what do you call it the banner
like
this
the
flag banner.
mantle.
Yeah, this flag banner she's
Oh, the
holding, like
flag. Yeah.
this is part of it. It doesn't just stop with the doll itself. Like freaking,
Yeah, and it's like legit quality. Like
it's legit quality. Yeah,
the clothes are like you could wear them if you were that size.
that
Like
hair is straight up hair you would put on a wig. I mean, it's a wig.
it's a
It's a
wig.
wig
It's
hair.
basically
It's a
it is a
wig.
wig. It is a
It's
wig.
basically a
Yeah, it's
wig.
a wig. Yeah, yeah.
So you're buying a mini android humanoid
Yeah.
thing.
And they just have like the big ass doll eyes.
They
Anyways,
don't, but they
sorry.
don't
Yeah,
look creepy.
PSO2 characters like look like these basically. Yeah.
They basically are. Maybe they designed them like that, and then yet there is no. I don't think there is a collaboration with Dolphys. Probably they probably
Dolphins are so weird, man. Like they're so
they're weird.
expensive. Like I don't.
I never want to. I don't want. If I was really rich and I just didn't care, and I could get me like a Hatsune Miku or something, sure. You know what?
You would
I
have
wouldn't.
if you had the
I
money, you
would.
would buy a Dolphy.
I
You
would.
would
You
buy a
know what? I
Dolphy.
wouldn't stop. I wouldn't stop because I saw it there, and I don't think I took a picture of it. But they had all the Vocaloids together, and you just look like they're in a unit. You just put it right there, and then
And if
have
you had the money, you would buy all of them and like
put a light down, put a light shining on them, have that music always playing like Vocaloid music from them, and then when anyone walks in, it's like a concert.
you would just have that in your house.
Have it there. That's a whole room. It's not even part of the house. It's a whole room. That's his own room. That's the shrine. That's the Vocaloid sanctuary.
Yeah, no, sure. Yeah, anyways, they're like expensive as balls. They're like really expensive.
It's like 10K just for the figures alone, not to mention anything else.
Yeah, and they come in a crate, I bet, and then you fucking like imagine like shipping that or like on an airplane and they like scan it and they just see the shape of a human in the
someone probably
crate.
goes home. Like in Japan, someone buys them and probably has to go on they deliver them, but there might be someone who's like, I want to walk out the store with this.
Okay, here's the thing. If you have the money to drop on a Dolphy, I don't think you're taking the train. You're probably
my friend and I, we're in like a little bit of a mini Japan life thing here, but my friend and I, we went to Big Camera out it was Yodobashi Camera in Akihabara. We went and bought like a 65-inch TV. We don't have we had no car. There was 3 of us. We lugged the TV back home on the train, got off the train, had to walk back to his place 20 minutes up a hill with this 65-inch TV and a sound system.
Sounds dumb.
Never want to do that again. Never want to do it again.
Sounds dumb.
They pay people for that.
Yeah, dude.
People for that. So anyways, I guess we can try booting. We can boot it up for the benchmark, and we'll see how it goes. I have this on medium graphics just because we are streaming, and part of my CPU is being ate up by
OBS.
You
know what? You should have a dual PC setup. You should stream off your Steam Deck.
I should go.
Have you considered installing OBS on your Steam Deck?
Actually, I looked it up. I did look it up, and I was like, "Oh snap! That would be a thing."
By the way, the other Zone collab is Tokyo Revengers.
Okay, I'm okay with that. Was that an actual flavor or just a?
It's called Zone Revenge. Is the Tokyo Revenge collab, and the Chainsaw Man collab was called Zone Blood.
Oh, okay. That one actually sounds pretty good. Maybe a fruit punch or something.
It's probably long gone. I don't think you'd probably have a tough time trying to find it. Tokyo Revengers was in December last year, so you could find some remnants. Maybe some stores might have it, but.
So I've got the stress test going. I'm not gonna put it on loop or anything. So once it's done, it's done.
Dude, you're fucking. I'm stressing your PC. I can hear it.
You can see. I can see it when I'm looking at OBS and I'm looking at the sound bars. If they start going like choppy, going up and down. Dude,
the benchmark is stressing your PC.
For 1 second, it was like, bro,
Yeah.
No, but I mean, it's cool. It's nice to see that they put something out and that for the first time, this is available worldwide. You don't have to have a Bandai Namco account or anything like that.
You can download it.
Yeah.
Is it in English, by the way? Does the benchmark display English or is it Japanese?
It's just Japanese, yeah. There is a language option, but it just has Japanese.
The option is one.
I really don't understand it, but it just has Japanese.
The option. Yeah, it's so funny.
It's a fake option. We got it, but
yeah, I mean, one thing that I noticed in the benchmark is just like how damn good the game looks. Like it looks so good.
It looks, and like I said, this is just normal. This is medium graphical,
like a medium settings at 1080p. It looks like.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like this game's gonna be able to run anything, like actually anything, WoW level anything.
Well, ideally, you want it to.
I hope.
Okay, here's the thing about free to play MMOs is that because it's free to play, you want the widest possible player base, and like having your game scale up and down is part of that, I believe, right? It's like it's kind of like Fortnite is so successful because you can play Fortnite on a toaster.
You can. Maybe even one of those refrigerators. I mean,
yeah, that's Samsung smart fridge.
Samsung smart fridge.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I'm hoping that they don't have all the screen shake during this combat section. I don't know if that's something a setting they'll have.
You probably turn it off.
You can probably turn it off. But I mean, honestly, like, it surprised me just how much better the game looks, and that goes for like lighting, it goes for the effects, but the overall art direction was so solidified back then that it still retains. It's like, oh, okay, it looks better, but yeah, it's the same. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
Yeah, I mean, like you're like art direction
yeah,
is set in stone. I believe. I think they're not gonna pull a Borderlands and change it, right?
and change it. Yeah,
Yeah, but in terms of just refinement, it looks super good. I'm pumped. Like just the benchmark is it looks really good. I'm excited to actually like play the game, get my character made, and whenever this game comes out,
yeah. I mean,
we're in the beta. We're supposed to be able to
we're
enjoy the
supposed to be
beta
able
when
to
the yeah.
one day. I mean, the coolest thing I remember about the game when I was playing the beta was just how chill it was. Like the
Yeah.
world, like the overall music was really chill, but there's something about even just like the color palette that they chose that just feels relaxing. From day to night to evening, especially evening looked really beautiful, but it was just like
Oh, I
a
remember
relaxing.
when the sun would
Yeah,
set.
yeah.
Yeah, game would look so good. Yeah.
So it's hard to imagine that it like the game now looks even better and you can just chill.
I yeah.
Just chill.
I don't know. I'm just like I'm really hoping the game does well. I mean, I don't know how it's gonna be received overseas, like in Western audiences. I mean, but like I hope in at least Japan, the home country, it's
It does
people
well.
will
I
play it.
mean,
Yeah.
I think we have some I don't know. We don't know if this is going to be cross play or not. Like if console is going to be able to interact with the PC version of the game. We do have these large. I think there's 60-person raids where
They're like
I mean
raids. Yeah.
we didn't. The one that they're showing now is the one we actually played, and it's just there's a little bit of a DPS check in there, but nothing really fancy.
Dude, I remember the raid beta and I didn't turn any of my effects down.
Uh
So like I couldn't see anything because
huh.
there's so many spells going off. I was
It's
like,
just spells
what
upon
is
spells.
happening right now? Yeah.
There's just so many spells. You know
Yeah.
what? You know what this game does remind me of? It's just basically Sword Art Online, art
Kind of,
stylish.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It has like a
kind of, yeah.
somewhat anime vibe,
Yeah.
similar to Sword Art Online's designs.
Oh, you know what? Okay, forgot. Bandai Namco actually makes a sort of online game, so
Oh,
I would expect a collab
you did.
in
Well,
the
I mean,
future.
we
Yeah.
did get that collab with Tails for $21 or whatever. How much did it
Oh, the
cost?
cross collab,
The
yeah, and
cross
then
collab.
there was Tails DLC in the Sword Art Online game, but that
Yo,
game
yo, look at
didn't
this.
nearly do as well. Yeah,
My result is excellent.
pretty good. That means you can play that like
Con-
comfortably. Yeah,
Considering it was stressed with OBS and we
yeah.
physically saw it, but
Does it
yeah,
show like your average frame time, or it doesn't show that detailed,
it shows your loading time
but not your
but
average frame
not
rate or
your
anything?
frame rate. No, no, it just
Just an
that's about
excellent.
it.
All
It
right.
just excellent, I'm because honestly, I saw if you've played Returnal on PC, I did buy Returnal on PC, and I finally finished my first cycle run. That game
Oh
has a
yeah, cool.
stupid detailed, I mean, stupidly detailed, thorough bench test.
I
Um,
like that though. I like kind of. It's interesting to me.
Dude, I was just like, I don't even know what you're talking. I don't even know what they're talking about now. Level.
Like the benchmark for like Hitman 3 is pretty detailed too.
So at least they've got if you want to go and download it, you definitely can go. It is on
It's
their
on the
website.
official website, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on the official website.
But
Uh,
it's in Japanese though. You got to navigate a Japanese
you do have
website. You
to
can use Google
navigate.
Translate, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
If you I'll put the link in the video
Video description?
in the description. Yeah, I'll put it in the description
Yeah,
because
he'll put the link below the like button. Wink.
below the like button, if you're liking this video, go ahead and give yourself a like. But it's super simple to actually do. When you get to the website, I
Just
won't
to
even give you
download
this.
it. And then it's like, oh, I
You
agree
just
to these
download.
terms. Yeah, and then you can
Yeah,
download it.
it's literally a link that says download, and then you go there and you'll just hit a button that says download. But yeah, I'll put it in there so y'all can experience it, or just like look at it and see how it runs on your PC, and just look at the graphics overall, and just that's
There's also a
like.
character creator part of it too, which is fun.
Oh yes, there is. Hold up, I was supposed to do that.
Make a
I
character.
was supposed to make a character. Oh, like I love how on my screen it says, "Whoops, OBS has crashed." I don't know which OBS crashed.
What do you mean which OBS? Like you have
Yeah,
more than one instance?
we're still
You are
going.
streaming. Yeah, you're still live. You're still
We're still
streaming.
going. So I don't know. You can see on screen OBS has crashed. I don't know what crash you did, OBS, but
Wait, I don't understand.
stay
Are
with us.
you're still streaming? I don't. Did you have more than one instance of OBS?
Maybe I thought I closed it.
What if you hit yes? Does the whole stream just die?
That is why I can't hit yes. I have to be very, very, very cautious.
It's so funny.
It turns out it's like in the background, like, oh yeah,